Good morning, it's Sunday, May 25th, and we're going to continue our discussion on action with a wonderful prompt from the Daily Stoic, which reads, "What kind or selfless thing will bring me joy?" Now, if you had asked me on January 1st, 2020, what's one of the major things that people will struggle with this year, I probably wouldn't have come up with isolation. Isolation from our friends, isolation from our family, isolation from our colleagues and strangers, isolation from our community. But as everybody's figured out to one degree or another, it's here, and it's very real. It exposed a truth that the Stoics believed to be so important that it was considered the source of the four principal virtues, those virtues being courage, wisdom, temperance, and finally justice. Justice governs all of our communal actions and means acting reputably and equitably with and for other people in society. The Stoics believed that generosity, charity, and kindness were fundamental to being a human. It was so important to Marcus Aurelius that he reminded himself that this was his natural work, not being an emperor. He begins, "Joy for human beings lies in proper human work, and proper human work consists of acts of kindness to other human beings." Now, this period of undesired and unintended isolation has obviously had major implications for how we interact, for our sense of community, and for the natural pattern of how we would have previously thought to be of service to others. It's really unfortunate that the term social distancing was ever coined. How much different would our perspectives have been had we just chosen to say physical distancing instead? I think it would have not only been a less destructive part of our lexicon, but perhaps even an unexpected, productive contribution to our sense of community. It would have highlighted that the separation need only be confined to physical considerations. And it might have given us more presence of mind to look for alternative outlets for forging that bond of human society. We might have had an easier time remembering Epictetus's teaching that seeking the very best in ourselves means actively caring for the welfare of other human beings. Nevertheless, in spite of that misguided selection of how we describe our newly governing style of interaction, it's inspiring and encouraging to see people naturally move in that direction. The one of maintaining a sense of community as they feel the void threaten to disrupt that feeling of sympatheia, that interconnectedness and interdependentness that we all share. The Great Reset of 2020 has exposed the facets of our life that are most essential to our vitality and well-being. It has done so by stripping away the superfluous, leaving us with less unnecessary distractions. Interestingly, that was and is the intent of Stoicism. By seeing things objectively, by accepting the things that we cannot change, and by selflessly taking action on the things which we can, we're able to be more focused, stronger, and more determined. Being less distracted and seeing more clearly provides the proper orientation for what the Stoics believe to be most important of all: doing more good for the world, living in a world full of other people, helping them, and making everything around all of us better at the same time. The beautiful thing about sympatheia is that when we keep this in mind, when we seek out acts of kindness, it creates a positive network effect, reaching far beyond the initial action. One act of selflessness is repaid forward in another. Not only does it provide an increased sense of well-being for the doer, it serves as a spark for others to look after and nurture the establishment of community that we've realized is so essential to our existence. So as we take this day of holiday off from work, it's an opportunity for me to remind myself of the importance of kindness, fellowship, partnership, neighborliness, and our relation to a larger whole. It's an opportunity to remind myself to be part of that positive change. It's an opportunity to remind myself to be that catalyst. And as the motto of my gym suggests, it's an opportunity to work hard and be nice. And I hope you find the same. Have a great day. Bye.